Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here. Thanks for watching, and just wanted to bring you up to date with developments as I see them over the next few days and weeks. It's Sunday when I'm recording this, and just want to take you through the charts for the next few days. These are from the Met Office from westwind.ch, and time is in the top left hand corner here. This is the position for midday on Monday. Quite a slack pressure flow across the country, as you can see, through Monday. By Tuesday though, we're starting to pick up this northeasterly flow. Now this presents some complications because initially looking at high pressure you'd think it was going to be dry, but this is now starting to complicate things a little bit. Yesterday looked as if the air mass would be dry, but now I'm not so convinced. This northeasterly may just introduce enough moisture to trigger one or two showers through parts of the Midlands and southern England. In fact, that flow becomes really quite strong look from the northeast by the time we get through towards the end of Wednesday, although by midday on Wednesday the high is predicted to be building back in. Now let's just take an overview of where things go here, because it looks like the upper atmosphere has the key to all of this during the next few days. These are the charts from weathercentral.de, and they're from the GFS model, and they go forward from up here is Monday, then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and into Tuesday the 19th. Now the white lines are surface isobars, but it's the upper colours that I want to show you. These greens and the yellows here, this is cold air in the upper atmosphere. This is a trough at upper levels, and notice how this trough gradually shifts its way eastwards during the next few days through the course of this week. It does warm through, and we do maintain a ridge of high pressure across the south of the country once we've got rid of this area of low pressure. But the interesting thing here is that this trough eventually does make it through and becomes a main feature look across the central and eastern parts of Europe by the time we get through towards the end of the forecast period. Now that becomes quite important, because as that trough builds through Europe, what it will do is build high pressure out towards the west of the country here, and that means that it starts to develop another blocking pattern, so stopping weather systems coming across the Atlantic during the latter part of July. Now the critical factor here is, where will this trough become established? If it's where this is showing on the 19th of July, Tuesday the 19th, then for the British Isles we're staying in cool northerly flow, showers at times, particularly on the coast, and there could be some longer spells of rain in the east. If it's further eastwards, which is what I suspect will happen by the end of the month, then the ridge will build across the British Isles and we could get dry conditions building through. Let me just show you a couple of charts that were of interest. This is, no, it's not that one that I want this one. This is the 7 to 10 day mean 500 millibar chart, and it also shows the anomalies. So it shows where heights are higher than normal or lower than normal. This is 500 millibars and it shows us the jet stream. This is the ECMWF model, this is the GFS model, and notice how we're under here, look, there's the British Isles. Notice how the heights mid-Atlantic are predicted to be higher than normal here, lower than normal across the north of the British Isles. And again on the GFS model we've got good consistency with higher than normal heights mid-Atlantic, lower towards the north of the British Isles, and you can see how that trough is starting to develop. This takes us through to a week on Wednesday. You can see how that trough is starting to develop here through central parts of Europe, and it's even more accentuated, look, on the ECMWF charts. So I'm still going along with this idea that I've had of the end of the month. I initially thought it was going to be about the 20th of the month that we'd see a change over to more settled conditions. Yes, this week is going to be essentially dry, but it's complicated by those showers, and actually for many eastern and southern areas I'm not convinced that it's going to be completely dry. I think we've got to wait now till about the 23rd, perhaps the 24th, for this trough to get into those central parts of Europe lying north to south, for a ridge to build through the British Isles, and for us to go into dry weather. Now that could last from about the 23rd to 24th, perhaps through to about the 4th or the 5th of August, so a 10-day spell, but I do think that spell is going to be one of the longest of the summer then, so it's something that we need to take advantage of. And just a very quick look, zooming in on those charts, this is the 20th from the GFS model, and you notice they're starting to build the trough look over those central and eastern parts of Europe, and hinting here at this ridge building out towards the west. This is the ECMWF chart for the same time. Look, there's the trough, so good agreement, as I said, between the models, and we've got this ridge here, look, building out in the Atlantic. What happens further on? Well, let's just take the GFS a little bit further on. These charts are from weatheronline.co.uk, by the way, and this is as far ahead as the GFS is going at the moment. This is the 25th of July. And look what it's done. It's built the ridge to the west of the British Isles. It's got the trough over central and eastern parts of Europe. Now, with this flow, this is the jet stream coming down here. With this flow, northern and eastern Scotland and probably eastern England may well catch still some rain, but it's hinting at this ridge coming into the west. So again, we're building this idea of dry conditions coming through, and I think this ridge will topple its way eastwards during the course of sort of the 24th, 25th, 26th of July. Only complication, my only concern, is if we do get a major hurricane coming into the Western Atlantic, it can just disrupt this pattern completely. But at the moment, I'm sticking with the story of things settling down, high pressure building in on the west. Perhaps not quite so for northern Scotland, but still with this high building in. And I think what that means is we're going to go into a very wet spell of weather for these eastern parts of Europe, running through Central Europe, down through Germany, Poland, into Austria, Hungary, Western Russia, and into the Ukraine. And all of these areas down here are likely to go into a wet spell of weather for the end of the month and the beginning part of August. Hope I haven't rabbited on too much there for you. Just wanted to show you what my latest thoughts were, and thanks for watching.